Hey guys, I'm back from my vacation. As you can see, I had a great time. Instead of elaborating on the details of the vacation, I kind of just let the pictures do the talking. It was just an amazing time, amazing experience. And, so now I'm basically going to talk about my 2016 prep. And basically, I'm going to start a whole new series, video series, and it's just going to be all about my prep. And basically, I want to get back to my roots. And in 2009, when I started the 3D Muscle Journey website, it was a personal website, and all it did was chronicle my journey to the stage in 2009. So it was basically a blog. And basically I wanted to share my experiences with other people, so maybe I could help others. And I think I want to do that again. Not that I haven't lost touch of trying to help people, but I want to basically start this like another vlog series. And basically this one is going to be called Godfather 2016 Prep, 30 years of dedication, desire, and discipline. So yes, this is my 30th year of training. Going into my shows next year, it's going to be rolling into the 31st year of training. I did my very first show back in 1993. So I have just a little bit of experience in this sport. But I just want to, when I was asking myself this past week on vacation, like, why do I want to compete still? This is 30 years. I've been competing since 1993. Why do I want to keep competing? What left do I have to prove? And really, I don't have to prove anything to anybody, because basically, I'm pretty happy and content with what I've accomplished so far. But I really want to just show people or be transparent with this prep, to help people, to kind of watch how someone who's been in this sport for a long time, how they go about it. So basically, I'm going to be as transparent as I possibly can. I'm going to try to put out as many videos as I possibly can, and I know that's going to be a tall order because I am very busy. I think last year's prep, I was trying to aim for like one a week. So if I could get one a week, I think that would be pretty good. So I definitely just want to show the highs, the lows, the nuts and bolts of how I do things. And again, there's a couple goals I have in mind. Is one, to help others, and then two, to get to both the Yorton Cup and the WMBF Worlds in the same year, and to possibly place top 5 in my class in each of those. And I know that's a tall order to fill, but I think whether I attain that or not, I think basically if I get to both of those shows, that's saying something, and that's to me personally. And I know I've preached balance with the last prep, but there is a healthy competitiveness in me, and to kind of like say, after 30 years, hey, I was able to place top 5 in 2 different world championships in 2 different organizations in the same year. That would be very cool for me personally. And I think, like I said, last year it was preach the balance a lot, and I think some people interpreted that as maybe being soft or not having like a killer instinct or a even a competitiveness in me, to want to compete against others, like beat others, like as far as like concern about placings. And it's not so much that I'm not competitive, because when I'm at the show and I'm on stage, I'm posing against the other athletes, yeah, I want to win just as bad as they do. But the focus, like the journey itself, when I'm going through the process of getting to the stage, the focus isn't about beating others or placing, worrying about my placing. It's basically just focusing on myself and doing the very best I can each and every given day. So, and that's all phases of my prep, the diet, the cardio, the training, the posing, those four things. Basically, I feel like if you execute those to your best ability day in, day out, and you're consistent, and you have a nice structure with that, you're going to, and you give yourself enough time, you're going to be putting your best physique on stage. And regardless if you win or you lose, I know for me anyways, I'm usually pretty happy with the result, because I've done everything in my power to get me to that point, to be at my very best. And if I win, that's awesome. That means it's, all that work was, it's like, the cherry on top of the sundae by winning. If you lose, it just means, what, there's someone else out there who worked just as hard, who has a better physique than you, and I can live with that, knowing that I did everything I can. If I don't do everything I can, and I waffle, or I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, then yeah, there's going to be regrets. There's going to be the what ifs, and that's hard to live with. And I've done that in the past, for a particular season where I didn't do what I was supposed to do, didn't place as high as if maybe I could have if I would have done those things. So it's hard to live with those regrets. So that's something I'm definitely, this time around, going to make sure that I apply those 3 Ds. The dedication, the desire, the discipline. It's what's all over our logo and what we represent. And so, yes, um, this sport is extreme. If you're going to be going to the stage, you need to be committed. You need to be driven. You need to be passionate, and you have to expect that there will be sacrifice, and there's going to be sacrifices in all facets of your life. But it doesn't mean you lose priority of your priorities, basically, in life. So family, friends, work, school, all those things should always come before bodybuilding, because basically this is a sport. So when I talk about balance, with me personally, and my interpretation of balance with bodybuilding, it's not, oh, I'm balancing out by having a Pop Tart. It's no, it's making sure that my family, my friends, work, school. I don't go to school, but I'm just saying school. All that stuff should come before the sport, because in the end, shows are a dime a dozen. They're always going to be there, but your family and friends, they may not always be there for you, or you better make damn sure you're there for them, and you shouldn't take life for granted, because at any time, anything can happen. So I would hate to look back and go, man, I didn't spend that day with my wife, because I had to go train, and if that happens to be the last moment I could ever have with her, I would freaking hate myself for putting the sport first. So when I talk about balance, it's about that. It's putting your priorities in order. But at the same time, if you're gonna get to the stage and you're in your all-time best shape, you will have to sacrifice, and it doesn't mean making your family sacrifice. It just means you personally will probably be sacrificing, and that's going to be like, okay, not eating as much food. Maybe you have to get up earlier in the morning, like I do, to do your cardio before the family wakes up, to get that out of the way so it doesn't affect the family dynamic. So things like that, it's up to me to create that. the balance, and also to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do to attain my extreme goals. Um, so, anyways, guys, kind of rambling, but I really want to make a good effort on being transparent with this next prep. It's going to be starting probably in the beginning of December. So that's when the new series will come out, and it'll be called Godfather 2016 Prep, 30 years of dedication, desire, and discipline. That's what's got me to this point right now, and also, just being very consistent over the years. And I think that's one thing that's really, I think people lose sight of. When you're kind of looking for new information, or you're looking for better ways of doing things. Sometimes that's when people get lost, because they start jumping around on what they're doing, and they kind of lose that consistency, and it's almost like they're spinning the reels. But we'll save that for another day. So other than that, guys, that's about it. Until that new series comes out, I'll continue to post on this series. It'll be, whatever my mind thinks of, but other than that, that's about it, and we'll talk soon.